You're tuned into Long Island's only FM sports voice. This is Sports Talk on 90.3 WHBC.
Sports Talk here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. And that's right, I get no claps here because I got no love.
You didn't start it off right. Woo!
Yeah, but maybe we do have some love for this Jets in the NFL draft this year. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. We're gonna Jets is first. My team is first.
We'll break it down.
Right,
but first, if you got anything to say, the number to call is 516-572-7440. Mark Talkie here, along with
KJ Brooks
and Tristan Hamilton.
There we go. The boys are back in business. We're here for another 9 o'clock on a Thursday. Let's break down that draft, guys. What do you guys think?
What's your grade, Tristan?
I told you going in. Well, not going in, obviously. Afterwards, my grade was definitely a B plus for the Jets. They addressed every aspect they needed except for quarterback, which there was nothing in that draft that was going to really help them. Honestly, even the guys who went in the first round and the top 15, whatever you want to say, I wouldn't be comfortable with any one of those quarterbacks being the Jets quarterback or one of their quarterbacks in the future. We still haven't even got to see Hackenberg yet. So, with that being said, I'm fine with just waiting till next year for that quarterback that could be our future. But everything else, every other aspect that we were weakened, got touched up, and we got a player of some way, shape, or form to come and produce for us.
All right. I have 3 different grades.
Okay.
Player-wise for this draft. Right now,
yeah,
I'll give it a B plus.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
For the direction of this franchise, I give it an A plus.
Okay.
Because the players that were selected in this draft tells me that this is going to be Todd Bowles' team. Woody Johnson is having faith in Mike McCagnon and Todd Bowles.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I see this.
The selection of having 2 safeties have drafted 1 safety in the first round, another safety in the second round, shows you that Woody Johnson now has faith in them, and they're not going to be gone next season, no matter what. Mm-hmm. And like Woody Johnson said after the draft, all I'm looking for is improvement. This is going to be a youth movement, and all I want to see is progress, which is progress for the Jets as well. And my 3rd grade would be for Mike McCagnon as an overall drafter. I'll give him a B plus.
So far,
it will turn into an A if Christian Hackenberg is able to become a good starter.
Yeah, well, we don't. I really hope Christian Hackenberg ends up being at least something that we could, ride on for a little bit. Listen, with the best rushing game and the number 1 rushing game and the number one defense, we got to see the Jets take the Jets with a below average quarterback. Now that we especially know he's below average, that took the Jets to 2 AFC championships. I feel like the way we're building this team, we're in around that same ballpark. We picked up Claiborne, which is when healthy, is a top 10 corner. When healthy, he is a top 10 corner. We got, even though it's young, we're going to see some mistakes. We got 2 safeties, 2 SEC safeties, and despite the boom or bust who comes out from the SEC or whatever, on the defensive side of the ball, it's usually good. We got a great safety from the Florida Gators and from the LSU Tigers, the team I love so much.
And the way that the Jets went defensive in the draft, I feel like you have a better chance to win the game if you're not giving up as many points as you did last year.
Exactly.
And wide receivers are going to be afraid to go in the middle of the field.
Definitely. And with Jamal Adams, what that pick basically showed is that the Jets know that and feel that Gronkowski is in our division. And what that means is Jamal Adams could step out. He's the type of player that's not a mismatch. Obviously, Gronkowski is Gronkowski, and that's why he gets paid how he gets paid. But it's not a mismatch. Calvin Pryor Gilchrist on the Jets. That's a
Gilchrist just got cut today.
Exactly, and prior they picked up they
declined his 5th-year option.
Declined it, so we all know what that means. So seeing Adams has the first pick let me know that this defense is going to be, especially with that front seven, this defense is going to be in a good shape. And then if you're looking at our secondary that was so bad, we got 2 rookies who will make mistakes, but they're very promising. We got Claiborne to start off the season. We could put Buster Screen back in his slot or his nickel position to guard guys like Amendola and Elderman and stuff like that, which is his perfect position because he can't guard the big wide receivers. And then somebody else just got to battle for that second spot. But I think the defense is in a good shape, and the Jets' offense, believe it or not, I feel like is in a good shape, except for, of course, the quarterback position.
Okay.
How do you feel offensively about the Jets?
I thought Jordan Leggett, Jordan Leggett was a good pick.
Okay.
I feel like the wide receivers that they picked up, they're all speedsters. I'm telling you. You know how with defensive line, we were calling them the Sons of Anarchy TV show? Basically, all these wide receivers, they're going to be called the Flash family. Because we have one of the best speedsters.
Yeah.
In the NFL, so. But I was saying, I give Mike McCagnon overall a B+, because like, I have the stats in front of me. 2015 drafted Leonard Williams, was the best player in the draft. Second round, now Devin Smith. You know, you can't
wait and see. We got to wait and see.
But he's done. He's done because he tore his ACL again. They're going to cut him.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to cut him.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Mullen,
No, honestly, a lot of people don't feel like it, and then I feel like Richard Sheldon might be out the door, maybe any day now, or in some type of trade maybe. But Malden, I feel like needs to be a starter on the defensive line. I feel like he's shown that he is probably the only Jets legit pass rusher on the team. And when he gets there, you know he gets there because his presence is felt.
Jordan Jenkins is a better, even though he's on the left side.
Jordan Jenkins is good, but Malden is more active. I watch him. He looks like he has a better motor. He's aggressive. Maybe I just like when he has on his green dreads out. But listen, I've seen him. He's relentless, a great football player. And I feel like he needs more snaps. More snaps is only going to make you better.
About to say he picked up Bryce Petty in the 4th round. He picked up Jarvis Harrison in the 5th round.
Yeah.
And great value in Deion Simon in the 7th round, which he's going to be a starting defensive tackle for this year. And then 26.
I'm sorry, who's going to be the starting defensive tackle?
Deion Simon.
You think so? With because remember we picked up. They call him Little Snacks from Pittsburgh. What's his name? McKeldon.
Funny, Little Snacks.
They call him Little Snacks. McKeldon. He started last year. He did okay. He did all right.
Really?
He did all right. I mean, we saw Harrison for a few. We saw Snacks. Let's just call him what his name. We saw Snacks for a few years, so that's why we're not used to that. But we don't need our defensive line is fine. We don't need to boost up any position on our defensive line because it's stout. They're going to do what they got to do. We don't need big names at everything because sometimes that's how things conflict.
Deion Simon will start.
McLeod got the money, so we're going to have to see. But
he signed a 3-year, $10 million deal with like $3 million guaranteed. They can cut him today.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's possible, but I don't know. I like how he played. He's not Snacks, but if you're going to get a replacement for Snacks, and it's not one of the top guys in NFL, I like his game. I like how he played. You've seen that Clowney had his best year this year when J.J. Watt was out. His best year this year. He took over J.J. Watt's position. They put him in those situations when he can line up wherever he wants, just go get the quarterback. And Clowney has had his best year. Sometimes it's not good to have stars all the way across the board, just like in basketball and just like in every other sport. It brings a different type of attention to the game.
I'm saying he had great value in last year's draft with Jordan Jenkins in the 3rd, Justin Burris in the 4th, Brandon Snell in the 5th. He's going to be our starting right tackle. The punter in the 7th round, he's going to be a bust. Sharon Peake in the 7th round. Then he picked up Robbie Anderson, Jalen Marshall, and undrafted free agents.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson, he's going to be a baby Odell Beckham Jr. in my mind.
That's a lot.
And
he is a definition of a speedster.
And if I'm not mistaken, What's his name? Muhammad Wilkerson.
Yeah.
He's still with the Jets, right?
Yeah.
He put a comment out saying, I think he's just trying to stay on the team or something. He's like, I like the way this team is rebuilding.
Well,
is that to cover himself or is
no?
that?
Well, he signed a massive deal, so he's not going anywhere.
But the NFL can get cut at any time.
He has too much money guaranteed. We can't cut him till after the 2018 season.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, him saying that I think is legit. Just him saying how he feels. The Jets is going in a clear, different direction, and that direction is actually promising. With the pieces, now he knows he does. It's not obviously you want to get to the quarterback as fast as you can, especially when you go against Brady. But at least you know if you do get chipped, you don't get your best pass rush. You don't got to worry about an 80-yard, 50-yard, 60-yard bomb being thrown, and it's a touchdown down the field. And
I wouldn't call it a wash year. I would call it a rebuilding year, if you know what I'm saying. To see what these guys are made of. And if they overplay themselves, great. You know, they overplay themselves. Maybe they get a wild card.
Yeah,
that's the best outcome.
Yeah,
because obviously you're not overcoming the Patriots.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah,
and then the worst outcome is you don't make the playoffs. But these guys, you see what these guys gave you for 1 year.
Yeah, and then that's the big thing. I think this year is big, despite if it's rebuilding or not. I think this year is big because this is how I feel. The Jets will either do two things, depending on how the rookies and everybody on the team are ready to play. One, they're either going to make a big draft move and give up a lot of picks to go get one of these quarterbacks one of these good quarterbacks in the draft next year, or two, they're going to give up some big pieces in order to get a star quarterback to come and push this team as far as they can while they can.
There yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. It depends on this year. It depends on what they see from the rookies and stuff like that. Because depending on how good they are, how good the team plays, how good they connect, they might make to go get. The Jets is honestly, we got to see them. Obviously, being on paper is the thing. We got to see. But the Jets is really a decent quarterback away from being in the playoffs, honestly.
The tide seems to be changing. You know, positive outcomes have come. The one thing we hope that is that Woody Johnson stays away from the team. That's the one thing we got to hope for.
Yeah, definitely.
He stayed away. It feels like Woody stayed away from the draft. We don't know the true details. We don't know if Woody wanted this guy over another guy. We don't know that yet. But from what it seems though right now is that Woody is taking a seat back.
No, I think that he has awoken. He has awoken because just the fact that he let Mike McCadden and Todd Bowles draft two safeties and basically has given them the keys to the franchise now, like saying like this is your team. You don't have to worry about getting fired. I'm going to give you guys time to rebuild.
And yeah, he said it himself. This is a rebuild year. He said it himself. It's not a wash. It's a rebuild year.
Yeah. Like, because he learned a lesson from the Brooklyn Nets that you can't, that get rich scheme doesn't work. So you got to be patient.
Even with the Yankees, they didn't get rich quick. You know what they did? They had those core guys, the core four, and they built around them. Mm-hmm. That's what the Jets need to do is get a core couple of, would you say, defensive guys, and then a core couple of offensive guys. You know, you get yourself two receivers, a running back who could maybe be there 3, 4, 5 years, and then a quarterback.
Yeah, but because there's a lot of ifs.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think the Jets is that in trouble as you guys say they are. Yes, we're rebuilding, but how many positions are you really saying? Honestly, if you think about it now, we have rookies at some positions, yes. But everybody healthy. What positions are the Jets really weak at? Like a weak
quarterback?
Quarterback, okay. And
Josh McCown, he's trying to get the job. He's 37 years old. How much is he left to give?
No, he doesn't have nothing. And that's why I said that's why they would make a big move with the quarterback. But apart from that quarterback position, what other positions are the Jets really bad at that it's like, oh my God, we're going to need somebody to replace this guy as soon as possible?
And also,
I hate to compare one of my favorite teams with this awful franchise. But the Jets are like the Knicks. They, like, in a sense of, there's a lot of ifs with the team. Like, say, if Derrick Rose was healthy, if Joakim was healthy, with the Jets, if Christian Hackenberg can play good, if Morris Claiborne can actually play past a half.
No, I understand what you're saying. And you know what I could also say to that is if Rondo didn't get hurt, the Celtics would be out already. That's what I can say to you.
If Phil Jackson got fired, you guys wouldn't be. You guys actually win a playoff game 10 years from now.
Listen about the Boston Celtics if Rondo didn't get hurt.
But
all right?
let's not forget, the Jets are already down significantly without having Nick Mangold at center.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say significantly.
But it's hurting well. He's a team leader.
Oh, definitely. And that hurt. Leadership, anytime you lose leadership, that's going to hurt. But I'm talking about play. Yes, he's a Pro Bowler, but the center that we have replacing him is not I'm not talking about Mangold in his prime. I'm talking about Mangold that we just had. That said, it's not a big drop off. First of all, he's younger. He got more years.
That voice.